Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, entitled mother wants me to watch her kid while she goes grocery shopping. My parents did something stupid again. Ex-brother-in-law is mad about Father's Day. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Entitled mother wants me to watch her kid while she goes grocery shopping. I work at a grocery store part-time over the summer, and recently a middle-aged woman and a very hyper 4-year-old girl walk into the store. She spots me and walks over to the customer service desk, which I happen to reside by. I didn't notice her at first, so she decided to snap in my face. I was surprised, but I put on my nicest face and asked her what she needed help with. She says in a high-pitched mother voice, "Hi, my little angel here gets quite excited when we go grocery shopping. Do you mind watching her for a bit?" she asks. I was surprised at this, because no one has ever asked me this before. I replied with, No. I'm sorry, but I cannot fulfill this duty as it is not my job. I'm happy to help with anything else." And she looks at me and says, "Well, it is your job. You work here." I nod and explain to her what my job includes and how babysitting isn't any of that. She gets angry with me and asks for a manager. I find my manager and he tries very hard not to laugh. He explains that I cannot fulfill what she wants me to do. She then says, "Well, you've lost a customer," and then storms away. Honestly, it made my day. I always loved, "Well, you just lost a customer, like, do you think we really care? Corporate might, but my pay grade is well below the give a level." I have had that happen to me also. It didn't help that I was the only female working there at the time. Let's ignore that I don't have a single material bone in my body, but seriously, I don't get paid enough to watch someone else's kid at work. You might work at the store she's shopping in, but you're still a stranger. Does you working at the store suddenly make an upstanding, honest person who should be left caring for a child? No. Not a knock on you at all, you might be the best, most equipped person to care for a child. But she doesn't know that. Who else is she leaving her 4-year-old daughter with? People are insane. Employees of businesses you visit are not your slaves. The entitlement and sheer idiocracy of people never ceases to amaze me. Her poor daughter has a lifetime with that woman. Yikes on bikes. What's wrong with that lady? How's she going to leave her daughter with a stranger just because they work in the store? That's not entitlement, that's pure stupidity. The main thing I've learned working in customer service is that the customers who say things like "you lost a customer" or "I'm never coming here again" are the ones you don't want to see again anyway, lol. We're not qualified to babysit. Plus, we don't have time to watch a child safely. For that and legal reasons, we can't agree to babysit, unfortunately. If you leave your baby here, we have to call police and tell them you abandoned her. She has no idea if you have any experience with children, you don't know if the kid has any medical conditions, you're not trained in this. Not only is it not your job, but it's a hazard. If something happens to the kid you were never officially prepared to care for, that's on you and the store. You can't be expected to take that kind of responsibility. My parents did something stupid again. I'm dyslexic. Recap: my parents were not invited to my younger brother wedding. Believing that my younger brother wedding was held at my wedding venue, which he was not, made a huge scene at another couple's wedding and cost me $5,000. I am suing them. I'm more annoyed than mad at their lastest stunt. After the incident at the couple's wedding, my father's side of the family has officially cut contact with my parents, and my oldest brother, Paul fake name, who has always found excuses for their behavior, has had enough and said he was going no contact. However, Paul always says he's going no contact, but after a few days is right back making excuses for them. So I wasn't too shocked that the day my parents were served with my lawsuit, I started getting text messages from Paul trying to guilt trip to dropping my case. Apparently, the couple is suing them too. However, Paul kept texting, "How could you do this to your parents?" And Paul always uses R, U, and C, but the texts I was getting were using R, U, and C, but I knew it wasn't Paul when Paul started to bring my sexuality into the conversation, because Paul might have made up excuses for them. He himself never agreed with what they did or what they believe in. So I called Paul's house phone. That's when Paul informed me that him and his family were moving and he has a new number. When my parents realized that Paul was serious this time about no contact, they turned nasty, and when my parents started demanding the phone they gave Paul, just gave it back to them, SIM card and all. I'm not close with my brother, but I love his wife and his 2 boys. How did my parents think this was going to play out? I've just sent this to my solicitor. They broke the temporary protection order, so they are probably be getting a fine as well. That's it for now. Narcissists never learn. I see why you need this temporary protection. These people are really something else. I am so sorry you have to deal with this BS, but see the light. It will be for a short amount of time, and after that you can happily cut them out forever and not even need to see them in court or whatever. Thank you. I'm hoping that they just settle out of court so our interactions are minimal, but they've proven that they are stupid, so they will probably try and fight it. Paul should report to the police that his parents have been pretending to be him with his old number. That could be considered identity theft or some kind of fraud. It would especially be defamation of character because of the harassment they used it for on you, and they could start using it against other family members as well. Regardless of how it's handled by the local law enforcement, it will be on their record, and it could become a piece of evidence in the lawsuit if it's needed. Just call the police and get them arrested for trespassing if it ever happens again. How could your parents trashing a different family's wedding cause you to get a fine? I didn't get a fine, I own the wedding venue where the couple were getting married. My parents made a scene, and when the other family tried to make them leave they kept saying, "You can't make us leave, our son owns this place." So to make sure the couple didn't destroy the reputation of my venue, I offered to pay them back $5,000 as a way of an apology. Dude owns a wedding venue. Dude's brother was getting married, but not at dude's venue. Dude's crackpot parents crashed miscellaneous wedding at dude's venue believing it was brother's wedding. Dude refunded part of the miscellaneous couple's fees. He wasn't fined, he is a rockstar vendor. Take them to court. The record will help you if they continue to escalate. Ex-brother-in-law is mad about Father's Day. I have 2 wonderful nephews who are too young to earn their own money, so I take them shopping prior to Mother's Day and Father's Day so they can buy their parents something for the special day. A couple of years back my sister divorced her husband for a multitude of reasons that I won't go into here. This past Mother's Day I did my tradition and went shopping with the kids. When my now ex-brother-in-law sent me a suggestion for Father's Day what he would like, I let him know I'm not shopping for him this year since he was the one who left my sister to raise the kids. He only sees them for holidays. Understandably, he feels that the kids should still celebrate Father's Day, and that's okay, but I'm not going to spend my money on him. I told him he should take his kids shopping for Father's Day instead, but it would be his money for his own gift. Am I entitled? Maybe. Am I petty? You better believe it. Leave your kids and your wife and still expect to be praised on Father's Day? He's the crazy one. Wow, that is very entitled of him to think you would still buy him a gift. Sounds like he should be the one buying you, or your sister, the present for Father's Day. Sit the kids down at the table with some construction paper, crayons, glitter glue, etc. And have them make a Father's Day card for their dad. Then you can teach them how to address and post the envelope in the mail. Throw some extra glitter in the envelope so it gets everywhere when he takes out the card. That way, whenever he finds a speck of glitter in his house over the next 20 years, he'll remember he has kids that he up and left. Lovely idea, but this is still OP funding a gift for him. I'm willing to bet he will hate it since it's not what he wanted, so the effort and cost will be in vain. I also want to point out that he is the one who should have been taking his kids to buy their mother a gift, but looks like he didn't care about ever doing that. I stopped buying gifts for my kid's father when my 3-year-old suggested a goldfish because he needs to learn to take care of things. Very wise little one. Did he say anything after you told him that? I think the idea of making him a card and mailing it is a good one. Anything other than that, he's on his own, seeing how that's the way he wanted it. BIL is ridiculous. Your EXBIL is an entitled AH. You have no responsibility to buy items for your sister and her ex from the kids for any holiday. The fact your XBIL is basically making a shopping list from the kids for you to buy is AH behavior. Add some extra glitter into the letter. Hopefully he will turn the letter over and dump the glitter everywhere. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.